အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါကျွန်တော်နာမည်ကတော့ရွှေကပောင်ဖြစ်ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်ဒီဗီဒီယိုလေးတွေမှာပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့သင်တန်းမှာ beginner အတန်းတွေပေါ့နော်ဒီအင်္ဂလိပ်ဘာသာစကားကိုစကားမပြောတတ်သေးဘူးပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့ဒီအထက်တန်းအောင်ခဲ့မယ်ဒါမှမဟုတ်တက္ကသိုလ်ပြီးမယ်ဒါမှမဟုတ်၈တန်း9တန်းပေါ့နော်စရှိပြင်ပညာရေးနယ်ပယ်နဲ့လဲစီဖြစ်စေများစီဖြစ်စေကျွန်တော်တို့အထီးတွေ့အင်္ဂလိပ်စာနဲ့ရှိခဲ့ရဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော် beginner အတန်းကျွန်တော်တို့သင်တန်းမှာတက်လို့ရတာပေါ့လေအဲ့တော့စကားလုံးလေးတွေသိရဆိုရင်တော့တော်တော်အဆင်ပြေနေပြီပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့ grammar တွေဘာတွေမသိလည်းရပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ so let me talk to you in English so in our class in our school we use what we call TPRS teaching proficiency through reading and storytelling this method is really good for improving your listening and speaking not for writing and reading and not for grammar but also as a TPRS English language teacher we know how to teach you grammar through stories so let's get started let's how maybe you wonder how we teach you grammar English language and fluency through stories so let's get started so this is kind of like a simple story not much as a TPR story actually if you want to improve your listening and speaking we teach you a story we don't write down actually maybe if you have some difficulty understanding then we write down of course but we also teach you like sentence or statement by statement so not just the whole story we don't do that we just tell you a story with one statement first and then we ask questions so this is a simple story usually TPR stories are funny like movies things that happen in movies are never real so basically when we teach stories we teach you funny stories silly stories so let's read the story a little bit first so Bob is a giant cat vocabulary here can be new to you so don't worry about it we also have a vocabulary section we do it of course before we teach you a story we usually do it but this is the story here first so Bob is a giant cat who loves hot dogs and then what do we ask you questions a lot so who is a giant cat nothing written nothing can be seen when we ask you questions you have to improve your ears so we focus on ear training first so maybe we tell you a statement like Bob is a giant cat who loves hot dogs we also focus on the speed actually we don't speak for beginners we never speak really fast we just speak very slowly so Bob is a giant cat who loves hot dogs and then what do we ask you a question so who asks a giant cat what does he love is he a giant cat or a small cat does he hate hot dogs or does he love hot dogs so we ask a lot of questions about one statement and then what do we tell you another statement and one day Bob goes to a busy restaurant in a pink dress really in a pink dress the funny I already told you right silly so we get your attention if we can get your attention you learn grammar naturally because you're super interested in the story this is how we do so again right after I tell you a statement about the story it's like the second statement the second sentence if you don't understand no worries what do we just write down by sharing the screen so you can see and so sentence by sentence statement by statement we go till the end and we also teach you the vocabulary here so giant means very large and huge If you don't understand, we also tell you in Burmese, right? Iyamaji, ajibe, surprised, right? So feeling or showing wonder because of something unexpected. Order, to ask for food, drink in a restaurant. So, giant surprise order, you might already know them. So we don't focus on the words that you already know. This is a simple story. So stomach, explode and things like that. So we speak slowly, we understand, we explain slowly, and then we if you don't understand in English, well, of course, we help you with Burmese meaning. And this is the one thing that we never ask after we tell you one statement about the story. We ask 6 or 5 questions about one statement. So like this is the one that you're seeing. So the statement is like Bob is a cat. Is Bob a small cat? Right? We ask, is Bob a dog? Is Bob a dog or a cat? Who is a cat? What is Bob? Why is he a cat? So we ask you so many questions. And another statement, Bob loves hot dogs. So does Bob love hot dogs? We ask you during the class. Does Bob love pizza or hot dogs? What does he love? Why does he love hot dogs? And who loves hot dogs? Right? So as a teacher, as a TPS teacher, we do in the class like we teach you vocabulary, we tell you a story, statement by statement, and after that, our job is done, and your job comes. So 4 things we do for you to get repetition. We teach you grammar through stories, so nothing like the others. That is past tense, present tense. We tell you, but you notice. So TPRS, this method is focused a lot on natural learning, like how babies learn or how adults learn when you are in other countries. So right, and so as a teacher, we do 2 things: asking a story. We don't tell you a story only. We also ask you a story too, right? And then your job respond fast, 1 word, 2 words faster. If you do that, no translation, no grammar thinking, they never happen. So basically, we let you practice, and naturally we ask a story, and we tell you a story at the same time, and then you respond, you answer, but not full answer. Okay, 1 word, 2 words. Even yes or no is fine, as long as you understand. As long as you understand what we're saying. And vocabulary teaching in English only. Sometimes we tell you the Burmese meaning if you feel complicated, and we of course. And then after our job is done, your job comes. And then we pick up the words that might be new to you or that might be difficult to you. And then we give you the words by sharing the screen since we are online class, of course. And then we let you create a story. We wait. Everybody actually in the class has to create a story by using new words. Simple story. You can still make a mistake. We let you make mistakes because mistakes are necessary so that we can see what you need to improve. Finally, question making. So after you create a story, we let you make questions and ask each other. So your story, you have to tell one statement to your classmate, and you make 5 plausible questions. We say that I already showed you, right? And you ask them, of course. So you don't have to memorize if you join our class. We repeat things a lot for you. Or we teach you how to do repetition. By repeating, you learn faster and you remember better. Now, if you forget some of the words, don't worry. We also carry some of the words that might be difficult to you for next week so that you learn better and better. We also give you the audio lesson, and then we also do small discussion for beginners. So nothing serious. We understand how to make your life easier during the class. So like this. So this is how we teach actually. So if you're interested, if you're very interested, like improving your speaking, especially, we as I said, we don't teach you like grammar rules and grammar stuff, but we do it, but in a natural way, right? The way that the children acquire and learn when they are younger, and also other racial, right, people, you know, in different states and towns, right? If you're Shan, if you're Chin, Kachin, right, you also can speak Burmese, right? So how you learn it without grammar, this is how we teach English through stories. So if you're interested in like analyzing grammar rules and grammar and textbook learning also, and this our class is not for you. Okay, only for people who want to improve listening and speaking naturally. You know, the class is our class is for you. So good luck with your learning, and I will also teach you some of the usage in Burmese, of course, in future videos. Bye for now.